Bam, 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 bam.
This market is so boring.
It's very boring, buddy.
The Ethereum Greed Index is at 28. Bitcoin is at like 51,000. No one actually cares anymore. That's the end of our broadcast today. We'll see you guys again later.
So what do we do now? We've got the day off. Got the day off.
I mean, it's so boring out there. No news is moving this market. Everyone is just so scared to get back in the market. The most exciting thing is this fish line, which I've got 10%. And are you really 10%. Getting excited about 10%?
No. I'm not getting excited about 10%. I'm getting excited about lower lows, and I'm getting excited about a reversal and an ETH domination for a while. Because I'm seeing it come here, and when it comes there, you know, that's a 50%.
But you know what you're saying by that is, you're saying that the market's going to go down. Because only in a down market will Solana beat Ethereum. In an up market, Solana doesn't have Ethereum doesn't have a chance.
Look at this.
It's a down market.
Look at this.
It's a down market.
Look at this. ETH domination time. It had to come. It hasn't come for such a long time.
In a down market.
No, yeah. In a sideways, boring market.
In a down market.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's going to be a pump at some point, but the problem is it's going to be so far behind. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Look, I still got until the end of December. What's the date today? I've got it's 22. I've got 23 days, bro.
Yeah. I'm just
listen, if we have any viewers from Sweden. Actually, no, my brother's from Sweden. Hold on, let me phone him quickly. Hold on, I'm going to phone him. Hold on, I'm going to put him on speaker.
Yeah, tell him to get you a nice, like, medium-sized one, because there's a few guys on the team that also chose Team Ran, and they're all going to have to eat some as well.
I'm getting him on the line.
Fred is one of them. Jimmy was on my side, I know that. I think Luke was also Team Solana.
I don't have Solana or ETH in my portfolio.
What do you have in your portfolio?
What?
Psychopath. Tomel.
Yeah.
We're live on air. I've taken a bet with Sheldon that if Solana outperforms Ethereum, he's got to eat shoestroming. And if it doesn't, then I've got to eat shoestroming. Now, I know you're in Sweden and you're coming to South Africa. Any chance you could bring us like 5 cans of shoestroming?
So actually, I was looking on the other day online to see if I could find you guys some shoestroming. Regardless of who wins the bet or loses the bet, I'm not picking sides, yeah? And would you believe it? It is actually sold out everywhere.
No way.
If it's because you guys have pumped it on the show that now it's sold out, or if it's just not the season. But I'm looking into it.
Did you fuck his FOMO into shoestroming?
Yeah, they just front run us, right?
Front running you on fish now.
They just front run us on the fish.
They front ran us into shoestroming. All right, let's get into the show today. We actually do have a few things to discuss. We are going to discuss Tezos. We are going to discuss Chainlink. Sheldon says Chainlink's a buy. I think he's dreaming. We are going to discuss Ethereum. We are going to discuss Bitcoin.
And we're going to explain the last time that the retail was getting so, like disinterested at the time, what actually happened. And I think you got a cool indicator to show us again.
I will do that. Let's go.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff. 30 minutes after.
Listen, that is community-generated content. That is made by the community. It's made by Klaus, who's an animator in the community. Unbelievable, unbelievable. I think we should make another version, though. Hear me out here. I think we should make another version here of BitBoy trying to hold on, and then like just falling off.
And have like a parachute deploy and let him land. And yeah, I agree.
Or we can do another version where he holds onto the rocket, but then the rocket can't take off. Because it's like...
Brilliant.
Okay, let's talk about... Okay, first of all, if you're new to our channel, welcome. You've joined us at like a crappy time. The markets are absolutely boring. Usually the show's a lot more exciting. But, you know, when the markets are boring as the markets are today, you're not going to watch our best show. But you may be entertained or you may have some fun. Subscribe to the channel anyway. Like our videos, like our content. That is what tells YouTube that our content is boring and that people should watch it. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe we'll do some, hold on a second, let's just see if this works. Maybe we should do some giveaways. There we go. Bye-bye.
You think it's triggered to your voice? Like, did it trigger
to my voice? It's triggered to my voice. Triggered to my voice. All right, Tentino. Let us look at the charts. Bitcoin looking for direction.
So obviously the one interesting thing is obviously looking at stock markets and see where we've been sitting. And I can't believe how quickly we've managed to recover that very big red candle we had last week. And we're back up there now. And you know what? I think we're in the region now. If I take percentage-wise, you know, we're 2% away from the stock market all-time high again, which is quite interesting. You know, how quickly they managed to reclaim that. I don't think it's fixing the problem. And I don't know if you can jump on that a bit, Ren, that we don't actually want the stock market to recover as quick as what it does, because then all it does is it puts us in the same boat we were, you know, a few weeks ago, where the market just gets overheated. They don't fix the problem. It just keeps growing, which means we're going to have more of these random dump-offs more often.
The market is going to force the Fed to taper quickly. The market, there's so much greed in the US stock market right now, and so much FOMO that they're not, Evergrande pretty much has defaulted. I mean, you know, if they haven't defaulted, they're going to default. Number one. Number two, you've got the Fed which is going to taper, right? And all of this together, and the market is 2% above its high, which is not bad for crypto, because if the market can hold at around 2% below the high or whatever else, then that would be good for crypto. It does give crypto the maximum chance of a recovery, which is what we want. So a good stock market, tick. Okay, so now that's out the way. We've shaken out the leverage in crypto, tick. Although I want to show you something.
Halfway. Halfway.
Yeah, I want to show you something. So look here. We have got, here we go. So this is what I wanted to show you. And again, I'm not trying to be a prophet of doom, but you see how after May, you had the first dump and then you had the leverage slightly increasing again. You see, and then again, the second dump. We had the first dump, and now you can see the leverage is slightly increasing again. You see that? Now, to me, this is starting to play out. I mean, just look at the pattern there. This is starting to look awfully like May.
I wish I had trend lines. I can see a perfect trend line from the bottoms there that we've held support in leverage.
We've definitely held support. We've definitely held support. We've definitely held support. Yeah, we've definitely held support.
So we actually want that to break.
What I'm doing now is I'm working out the following. So I've got a team working on the following. Remember in May, we didn't have the Bitcoin futures ETFs, right? So there was no Bitcoin futures ETF. Now remember, every time that a Bitcoin futures ETF increases in value, so say $1 billion goes into a Bitcoin futures ETF, that effectively opens the leverage, you know, keeps an open interest in leverage. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to work out the leverage shakeout relative to May after taking into account the new market structure with the ETF. So let's remove the Bitcoin futures ETFs and say, okay, take that leverage out. Where would this line actually be? And I suspect actually that the line would be somewhere over here. Yeah, and then it's a case of how much more do you believe that that will be shaken out of the market? Because the Bitcoin futures ETFs aren't going to be shaken out of the market. So it's just retail and maybe some big.
So this little drop off looks very similar to that one in September. You see that little drop in September?
This one.
That one there. Yeah. And if we look at that, that was obviously when Bitcoin came down the first time from 53 to 40.
Yes, but look at but the thing is, look at where you started your leverage at, low. Here your leverage was through the fucking roof. It was through the roof. So I'm not. I think maybe one more little leverage shakeout gets us to about here, and then we're A4 away. Bull market very much intact. Bull market for me very much intact anyway. This is just what we're going through now. Is we've got these retail investors primarily who have just been shaken out. So you know what I liken it to, and I really hope there's no people don't get offended by this. But you know when a dog gets hit over the head, so you smack a dog over the head, and then you try and give it food, but it gets nervous to get you food, to come back and get petted. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing like when you hit a dog over the head, and then for it to trust you again, for the retail investor to trust the market again, it's going to take some time. So for those who are expecting a miraculous quick recovery here, forget it. We're in a nervous market. Your crypto fear and greed index is right now on 28. Even though we had a very sharp recovery yesterday, yesterday was a great recovery, especially for altcoins. Your crypto fear and greed index, or actually to be more specific, your Bitcoin fear and greed index, 28. And that was after a green day like that. And then today you kind of look at the market, and specifically let's look at the coins that we're tracking. Okay, and let's just quickly sort them by the big movers.
Is it working?
It will. Okay, so that's down. Donkey's gone down 20%. Probably a good buy.
Yeah, so Ren, we've been here before. So what happens in this stage, and this has happened, that's why I asked that exact drop there of the leverage on the 21st, because, no, in September, sorry, because that's when we had a stock market fall. We then had a Bitcoin fall behind it. We then had the stock market recover in quite a short period of time, in a matter of 2 weeks, and the crypto market took a month after that. But it showed us very similar, it's sort of repeating the same sort of thing that we've been going through. And what it does is, guys, it basically gets interest out of retails, and what they do is they get volume to decrease a lot in the actual market. And what that does for us is it allows the market to then move a lot. It allows a big guy to move the market a lot more than what he would be able to if there was higher volume. So what they're starting to do now is they're starting to decrease volume a lot. They're starting to shake the retail at the market. We've seen that clearly off of a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of things. There's a lot of people that are losing steam now, and they're just, they're scared right now. They don't know what to do, and they're just losing interest again. And then what that does is that lowers the volume. And when you lower the volume, it allows a bigger guy at any point to market execute in that. And it's very easy for them to move the markets, meaning they're able to get, Bitcoin to 55K or to 60K in a very quick amount of time, similar to the regions of what they did over here. Look at volume at this time of the stage when we got to the 20th of July. This was really when we went through a rampage in the market where they literally took them a month or two to completely shake every single retail investor out of the market. And I remember when we were presenting that time, our people were just really losing hope in crypto. And look how quickly they managed to literally move the market from 29 all the way to 42 in the matter of 6 days straight. But look at before that. Look at the volume. Look how they just got everyone no more interest. All of a sudden, 1 or 2 volume bars, and look how they're able to reclaim things quickly. And then what they do is, because you weren't interested over here, you end up buying back over here. And when you buy back over here, what do? They then shake it back down. Look at volume, shake out retail, all of a sudden. this isn't big buying volume candles. Look how small these volume buying candles are here. But look how they managed to move the market so much. Look how they managed to rampage Bitcoin all the way from 40K back up to 66K off of not even a ton of volume. And reason why I'm saying absolutely zero, like very little volume, is if we go look at the much higher time frame of Bitcoin, we haven't seen big volume in this market for a while. We haven't seen it for the last 6 months. So by them shaking out retail makes it easy for them to shift the market. So what I'm basically saying is you can't lose interest right now and be losing focus of what it is now, because the market is going to try to do that to you. And when you're on the right, you'll see how quickly this market can actually bounce back. And when I showed these times here from September, you know, we go have a look at that to the US stock market. And that's basically where I've marked it up in this. This was that drop. Very similar, big drop for stock market's sake. You know, that was when panic was hitting. Look how quickly the stock market recovered. Very similar to what it's doing now. But only once the stock market recovered and started getting into all-time, then only did the crypto market wake up. So when the stock market was still trailing up at these zones, you know, Bitcoin was still growing slowly. Let me show you again here. As you can see, it was growing slowly. As soon as stock market broke into all-time highs, all of a sudden we started getting a rampage. Same like in this area over here. Slow, little bit, stock market all-time high. We then had the breakthrough. So this is the time that you need to be understanding that where you need to stay in here, needs to be in, because we are going to get a big move. I am predicting still a big move to come out of the markets, especially if stock market breaks all-time high. I think what there is going to need some sort of news, and I don't know if you can think of any news or anything that could possibly make something, you know, quite bullish for Bitcoin. But this wave over here was that time that Elon Musk jumped onto that thing with Jack Dorsey and all of them, and he literally created that first thing, and he finally settled the market because he was the same guy that created this big dump off, and that little call then started to shake up there. So I'm not sure about you, Ram, but the main focus is for people not to get shaken out right now, because they're going to come back and they're going to buy Bitcoin at 60K again. Doesn't matter if it's in 2 weeks, doesn't matter if it's in 3 weeks. They're going to lose interest now, and they're going to come back when it's 20-30% higher, and then you're going to repeat the same cycle. It's going to flush you out. And it's quite an ugly game if you think about the tactics of what they actually do.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see right now. Obviously, you can't see any news, but you know, it's always something that happens in hindsight. You know, when news comes, oh, that we should have expected that news. They are testifying in front of Congress today. The CEOs of some of the big exchanges, Coinbase, Sam Bankman-Fried's there, a whole lot of others. But I don't think that anything's going to come out of that. I think it's going to be one of those real traditional Senate hearings where the senators make themselves look like fools because they ask stupid questions about crypto. And then, you know, every now and then a senator will put up there. I bet you that today we get the following. Why are there not enough women in crypto? Why are there not enough people of color in crypto? You know, every senator will put up their hand and ask a question to try and rally the support around what they do. And like with the Facebook hearings, typically what happens is they make themselves look so fucking dumb. I've never, like, when I listen to them talking to Mark Zuckerberg and about Facebook's Libra at the time, I mean, embarrassing.
So what I'm looking at here, this is what I'm looking at now, guys. Back to the charts, back to focus now. So when we have a trend line, it's very similar to what happened last week. Obviously, we didn't get the breakout to the upside, but the timing was perfect of the big move. Remember, we had that wedge, and we needed it to finally get to the end of that wedge, and a big move was coming. We got a big move. It was in the opposite direction, but at least we know time-wise, these wedges work very well. So what it's showing here for Bitcoin is the remaining, you know, the next 7 days is a slow sort of market of this up and down towards the sort of trend line. Will we get to the 53 as what I'm looking at, and then a small pullback to 46? Anywhere Bitcoin goes between $45,000 and $47,000, I'm adding to my altcoin bags, and I'm going to be showing a few that I'm looking at today as well. But it is showing me another 6-7 days of sideways market, and then possible breakouts, and then the bulls to start reclaiming. So what we are looking at this time is obviously ETH is still exploding. It's still looking good. Not to say that it's doing crazy to the USDT pair, but the way it's just holding in this volatile market at this point and showing us how it's still sucking Bitcoin dominance. We're still not looking at it. I'm quite excited to see that if Bitcoin breaks that trend and we get that bounce, and we get this dominance collapse, you know, you can see dominance going all the way back down to 36 to 35%, which will obviously be a big catch up, because what sort of mind screws me at this point is dominance has been going down, guys, but alts have still been wrecked. Like the only ones that haven't been wrecked is ETH and, you know, Luna and one or two of them. So that is clearly them that has been pulling this down. But we haven't had altcoins that have been holding well. They've all been getting completely smashed. So I want to see this break down to the bottom side here, and obviously the break of wedge to the upward side. ETH, I just see this continue of domination until the 25% mark. So I still feel ETH is still a really good long-term safe profit-taking coin to be getting into. I still do, and I always will be. ETH BTC breaking out their clear cup and handle. It's going to the 0.01 as what Rand's always been calling. It is going to go there. That's looking really good. Now, what I'm looking at is I'm buying Bitcoin 45 to 47. I'm topping up whenever I can. When it gets to those zones, my next ones, all the zones I gave through yesterday are still valid. The ones that I'm looking to add now, though, is let's jump onto Tezos. And I don't know if you do have anything to say there, Rand, but it had a pump, and it did have a decent pump, but it didn't break trend. And I do see it coming back down to the region of, you know, let's have a look here, 4.7 to $5 region. So I am seeing another 10, 12% down from Tezos. But I do think this is a really good buying time, because now I finally have volume backing my move. Someone big is buying at these zones, and they're accumulating a lot of them, and we're managing to catch it before breakout of trend. So I think Tezos is great. I don't know if you can jump on with the bit of news that happened.
Yeah, Tezos. It's a good chain with good technology. It's from the 2017 vintage. It is gaining momentum. I'm not going to lie. It is gaining a little bit of momentum. You see Tim Draper and Goran and those guys all backing it and building projects. Every now and then I see a good project building on it. And then obviously this announcement was the Ubisoft announcement around Tezos, where
Ubisoft is massive. It's a really big gaming company.
Yeah, so what they announced yesterday was, I'm just going to try and find you the news. They announced they're going to integrate NFTs into one of its games, and that was an announcement that happened last night. And then, actually, let me decline that. And then what happened was, so Ubisoft has announced its first in-game NFTs to be distributed for Ghost Recon through its new Quad service. The NFTs are minted on Tezos blockchain. And the reason why they went on Tezos blockchain, get this, which is energy efficient due to the fact that it does not rely on mining. Okay? Why not go on Solana? Why are you going on Tezos?
I knew I was going to say that.
I mean, who does that? Okay? Tezos. Okay, so now the question is, do you buy Tezos today? No. The answer is absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But you buy it on discounts because they're making good deals, and I think they got a bright future.
Yes. But right now it's hitting the top of that trend line.
Yeah.
You know, if it breaks and retests, maybe I'll consider buying it. But it's not cheap. It went up 50% yesterday on the back of this news. So if you're buying it now, you're buying the top of the pump.
Yeah. I'll be buying 4.6 to 4.9, anywhere in that region over there. Remember, it is still 43% from all-time high. So that's one I'm looking at. Second one, they got version 2 of ZIL coming out now in December, and chart-wise, it looks fantastic. So I'm dollar costing a bit more ZIL in the zone over here, and any dubs for Bitcoin at 46 or the 45 to 47 region, I'm topping up. VET also looks fantastic. These are all at really, really key levels before, we're filling a lot of imbalance here. And as you can see with this, they're good 60, 70% away from all-time highs. So I think these are going to have good runs. I think we are going to have another 2-3 months eventually of Bitcoin really starting to rampage again. So I think VET is a really great one. And I am adding more to my Theta bags at this bottom of the year. I'm patient with Theta, but I know Theta is a big mover when this market really starts to move. And Theta was one of the leading ones that happened last bull cycle, where it really rallied through the beginning of the year and it settled up, and then a lot chased after that. So Theta Vet is also one. So I'm adding Theta, Vet, XTZ, and Zil to my portfolios as we wait for this slow recovery.
Yeah, look, patience will be rewarded. Oh God, Freddie writes in the group. He says ETH BTC strong as fuck. Just go to ETH BTC. Yeah,
it's very strong, bro. It's very, very, very strong, and it's on its way. And look what it broke. Like, we've broken the main. There's not much resistance until this region over here. Like, this chart is showing me that
can you see what he wrote? Can you see the screen?
45%.
Enjoy your fish, my friend.
There's no fish. It's sold out. It's sold out everywhere.
We will have something else then. We will. So I'm seeing 44% outgrowth of Ethereum to Bitcoin over the next few weeks.
I agree.
As the first test.
I agree.
We can thank ETH right now for the market holding. We can.
We can thank high gas fees for the market holding because nobody can sell.
It's such a clever. Well, it's clever. It saved our asses. Otherwise, it could have got a lot more ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it, brother. I got those calls there. I think let's be patient. Guys, do not lose focus. Do not lose that. Take a bit of rest. Definitely take some rest through this time. But, don't sleep on this. A big move is going to come at some point. Low volume. It's a normal system. It's happened 3 times this year.
Just give it time. Just give it time. Just give it time. Just give it time. Give it time. Give it time. Yeah.
Okay. That's it, brother.
Alrighty, we will see you guys again later. Now, I have a meeting later. I may be late, and there's a very, very, very small chance that the show will be cancelled. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoManRun. And no, that's not a ploy for me to get you guys to follow me on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you're missing the action on the most riveting account in the world, basically. It's been voted by Rosie and all her friends. They all voted my account as the most riveting Twitter account in the whole world. Yeah.
Amazing.
Should I post something crazy on Twitter now?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, I'm going to do it right now.
Do it. I'll retweet it. Make sure you follow me too, Banter fam.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to tweet something funny for you.
Okay.
Then you'll understand why my account is actually the most riveting account in the whole of
you do have a very interesting account though.
Okay, I've tweeted it. Let me know what you think.
I don't see it yet.
It's tweeted, just refresh.
I don't see it, Rad, show me. Anyone else getting this video? Oh my jeez.
I told you it's a funny account.
Yeah, you got a lot of great scissors. Look how many likes already, 400. Oh wow.
We'll see you guys again later, hopefully. Until then, if you're trading, much love, trade well, my friends.
Be patient. 800 likes already, bro. It's gonna be your most liked tweets this year. I guess they all getting that problem as well.